What is up, everybody? Welcome back to racingnews.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's go down to New Orleans, which sounds fun, especially this time of year. It's a little bit cold where I'm at. But let's go down to New Orleans and let's go to the fairgrounds and let's go to the Gun Runner Stakes happening Saturday on a great card there at Fairgrounds. I'll put it up on the screen for you now. Race 11, $100,000 race for the Colts, obviously going a mile and a 16th. Field of 8. A little bit shorter field than the Remington Park Springboard Mile. I do think we might see some, I don't know, more attractive prospects, maybe the right word to use in this one, though. But let's go through them. Let's go through them one by one, and let's see what we've got here. All right, we're going to go number 1, Mosquite first. I really like this horse. The more I kind of watched the last race, was pretty impressed. On debut, though, at Keeneland, going 6 furlongs, didn't run actually ran okay, I thought, but got beat, finished 6, got beat about 6 1/4 lengths. Slow into stride. That was a big thing for me. Pretty slow into stride there. Stretch out to a mile 16th, which was pretty kind of, you could have guessed it. After a slow start going 6 furlongs, the horse looked like a horse that needed to go long. Slow start again, took back towards the back of the pack, but this time had more running room, was able to get the job done. Closed up nicely, gets the job done, and wins this race. I would say it was 3/4 of a length, but it kind of felt like a no doubt win once this horse got going. Once you saw him kind of start to pick up horses, he went from about 10 lengths behind to 4 lengths behind quick, and then just kind of grinded him down. So a long, nice move there for Mosquite. Sharita trains this horse. That's very interesting that Jose Ortiz will ride. Now, Jose Ortiz rode the number 2 horse we're going to talk about in a second last time out. Also rode this horse last time out. He's choosing this one, so I thought that was very interesting as well. This horse by Union Rags out of the Mineshaft mare. So a mile 16th shouldn't be a problem. And as you guessed it, 1 and a mile 16th. So you saw that improvement. All right, let's talk about the number 2, Chip Honcho, who will get Paco Lopez aboard in this spot. Debuted at Keeneland going 7 furlongs, ran okay. Got second, beaten 2 3/4. Got beat by a pretty nice horse. I thought that was a really good effort. Last time out, comes back to win, going 1 mile on a maiden special weight at Churchill Downs. Important to note that is a 1-turn 1 mile there at Churchill Downs, but 1 gate to wire, and 1 by a length and a quarter. So I thought it was a pretty good race. I really don't know why Jose. Well, I guess maybe we're going to find out. But I thought Jose Ortiz would be aboard this horse. Not the case. So what Paco Lopez could do here. I like this horse quite a bit. This horse is by Connect out of a Magician mare. So, there might be turf on the bottom side there, but it should go long either way. At mile 16 shouldn't be a problem. So like both these horses, the 1 and the 2 to get going. I like the 3 as well. Let's talk about the number 3, Liberty National, I should say. Didn't run a step on debut. Got 6, beaten 11 on debut. It didn't go his way. 7 furlong race, and didn't really get out of the gate all that well and just kind of sluggish. But really, last time out was super impressive. Stretching out to a mile and a 16th at Churchill Downs. That was on the Stars of Tomorrow 2 card. A winner by 4 1/4 lengths and just improved so much in that race. Another horse bred to go long by Maxfield. Hard to believe Maxfield's got horses running, but he certainly does. Making me feel old. Out of an awesome, again, mare. So pretty nice bred horse and pretty nice horse overall. By the way, this one cost $525,000 at auction. So they've got big hopes for this horse. I get it. This horse looks pretty good to me as well. All right, let's go to the number 4, Quality Mischief. Finally, out of the first 4 here, finally one I don't like very well, honestly, for this spot. Brad Cox runner. So you got that going for you. On debut at Horseshoe Annapolis on the turf, didn't do much, and then tried to run on the turf again. It got rained off, so now we're on the dirt, and horse ran a lot better, obviously. Got the job done and made special weight by a head. Went back and watched it thinking, okay, because the buyer number is low, but visually is what I really rely on the most. So I went back and watched it, and, the performance kind of matched the buyer. So I don't know. It's a long shot for me. I don't think this horse has much of a shot in this race. Going to have to improve quite a bit visually and on the numbers. The number 5, Crown the Buckeye, as you might guess, is an Ohio bred, and a very good Ohio bred at that. Lost on debut. But by the way, debuted in a stakes, got beat. Then went to another stakes and won by 12 1/4. And you go, oh, well, that's why they debuted in the stakes. They thought this horse was really, really good. The last race is one that's very important to me. Stretch out in distance to a mile and a 16th. Now, it was an Ohio bred race, and, the best of Ohio juvenile, there's probably not much in there, right? Man, did this horse dominated. Won by 4 1/4. And again, I'm not a huge buyers are everything, but this is the high buyer of the race. 84 buyer last time out. Of course, that was at Mahoning Valley. It was against Ohio Breds. I know the criticisms. I think this horse is interesting, though. I think this horse deserves to be here. I think spotted okay, and I think this horse could get the job done here. I really liked what I saw in that last race, stretching out in distance. All right, Arabia Wild is the 6 horse. This, by the way, the 5 horse is a Yalpon out of an Unbridled Song mare. So, yeah, I mean, I could see mile 16th. This horse got a little bit better. I think Yalpon is interesting because he was kind of bred to go longer than he actually did go. So maybe his offspring will be able to go a little bit longer. That'll be interesting to kind of see. But I looked good last time, and I think he'll be okay going at least a mile and 16th. After that, hey, who knows? Number 6, Arabia Wild. Let's go to this one now. This is one I'm going to be passing on in this spot, but I do think has some upside. Couple of times at Horseshoe and Indy, didn't get the job done in maiden special weight. Stretched out to mile 16 at Fairgrounds last time out and did get the job done. Won by 3/4 of a length. I thought ran okay that day. I think it's just a tougher task here. And another one that kind of looks a little overmatched in this spot from a number standpoint. Visually, that was a good race last time out, but I still don't think it might stand up to some of the ones we've already talked about. The number 7 is Very Connected, another Kenny McPeak runner in here. And last time out, Very Connected was 4th, beaten 3.5 in the Kentucky Jockey Club, beaten by Further Ado and Universe, Soldier and Diplomat. Decent horses there. 2 races back, 3rd in the Street Sense, another grade 3 there, beaten 4 lengths. Broke the maiden 3 races back, going this distance at Churchill Downs by a neck. So, last 3 races, nothing wrong with him. I think comes in with its shot. I don't know. I'm skeptical of the Street Sense and the Kentucky Jockey Club. That being said, I'm not saying that doesn't mean I don't like those races. If I didn't like them, I would come out and just say that. And also, I would come out and say if I really liked them. I'm in the middle of both of them. Incredible, the winner of the Street Sense. I thought, yeah, that's okay. Further Ado, huge hype going in the Kentucky Jockey Club. Hey, he won. It was all right, but it wasn't anything that blew you away. So I'm still on the fence. What I'm trying to say about, okay, yeah, he's got form. He's probably, I know probably about it, he is the class of this field. But is that class, what is that, right? Is it that good? I think there are signs that say yes, and there are signs that say maybe pause. So I'm not sure on him, on Very Connected, the class he's been keeping, but he's a very consistent horse. He looks pretty good coming into this one. And then finally, the number 8 is Mr. Punch, and Mr. Punch broke the maiden last time out in a maiden claiming. Now it's a $100,000 maiden claiming. So I thought this one was very impressive. Debuted on the turf at Kentucky Downs and did nothing. That race last time at Churchill, I thought was very good. Now we get Luis Saez aboard, so the 3rd different jockey, but Pratt rode him on debut, then it was Irad Ortiz, and now it's Luis Saez, so it's 3 good jockeys, even though we keep playing musical jockeys, so to speak here. Visually, that was very impressive. The buyer was impressive last time out in that race, so I think this horse comes in out of the Brad Cox runners. This is kind of the one I like the best here of Mr. Punch. I think he comes in with a big shot. I think he's going to break very strongly from the outside, try to take this field gate to wire. All right. That's the field of 8 in here. I'm very, very curious what's going to happen. I think this is a very contentious race. I keep going back to the number 1 Mosquite. I'm going to go number 1 Mosquite to win this race. Charitovo trained with Jose Ortiz aboard. I really liked the last race, stretching out in distance. I didn't mind the first race. It just looked like a horse that needed longer, but closed up really nicely. We got to see at some point some more early speed out of this race. Now, the good news is I think the 8 wants to run early. I know the 2 is going to go out there. I could see the 5 kind of trying to get out towards the front. So what I'm trying to say is I think there's going to be pace. So I do think it sets up for, the 1 Mosquite, the 3 Liberty National, even the 7 Very Connected. Let's give Mosquite a try. I kind of like this horse. The more I watch that last replay, I kind of liked him. Kind of an up-and-comer. I think you got to go deep here. I don't have a strong opinion on any of these. I think the morning line kind of tells you that 7-2 is the favorite, which kind of shows you that we're all kind of kind of pick your poison almost, pick the horse you think has the most upside and give it a roll here. So I'm going to go number 1, Mesquite to win this year's version of the Gunrunner Stakes. All right, guys, that'll do this preview. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alert anytime we do previews like this. And most importantly, good luck if you're playing Fairgrounds on Saturday.